part 2 of the end of unit case project for Excel. The next step, we need to enter a 3D pie chart for the state names as well as the percentages of sales. So to do this, we are going to select A4 through A8, hold down the control key on your keyboard, come over to percent of sales, and select G4 through G8. Then let's come up to Insert, come over here to the category charts, find pie, select pie, and come down to where it says 3D pie and select pie in 3D. So here is our chart. The next thing we have to do is move this pie chart to a new page. So hovering over the chart, right click, let's come down to Move Chart, New Sheet, and let's title it Net Sales by State, and let's hit OK, and it will move the chart to its own page. This is where it gets a little confusing with Microsoft 2010 to Microsoft 2013. As you can see, my chart is different than what the example looks like in the way of where the words are and the chart title's missing. So we're going to go ahead and play around until we find the correct layout that closely resembles what the picture is saying. So under the Chart Tools tab that's up here, I'm going to be under the Design tab. I'm going to come down to Chart Layouts, and I'm going to select, first I have to select the graph, sorry. I'm going to select Layout 1. And as I click that, you can see that I now get the title, and the text is now within the graph, which is what we want. Next, we need to change the title. So let's highlight the words chart title and type in annual net sales by state. And now we need to change the size. So let's highlight that text, right click, come down to font, and the size box, let's change to 36 and hit OK. After that, it says to remove the legend, which when I did the layout change up here to layout number 1, it took away the legend, so I don't have to worry about that. And then it wants us to add the data labels. So to do that, we're going to click the graph and then right click, and on the drop down box we're going to come down to Format Data Labels, and we need to make sure category name and percentages are the only options that are selected. So category name is selected, percentage is selected. Let's unselect Show Leader Lines. It also wants us to label the text in the center position. So we'll click center and go ahead and say, or go ahead and close. So now you can see the text is now where it's supposed to be. The next thing that we need to do is to change the font color to white background number 1. To do this, go ahead and click one time on any of the text so it selects all 5 of them. Right click and come down to font, and under font color go ahead and click the drop down box and let's select white background number 1. Let's go ahead and save our work. The next thing we need to do is to change the 3D options. So let's go ahead and click on the graph and right click and come down to Format Data Series, then go to 3D Format, and the area that says Bevel, on top and bottom we're going to select Circle. So we did that for the top, now let's do that for the bottom. Come down to Circle, and then we need to change the width and height of all 4 to 512. So let's do that for all of them. And the next thing we need to do is to change the material to the plastic. So right here where it says material, click the drop down box, and under standard we're going to come over here to plastic and select. and go ahead and click close. For our last step of the end of unit case project part 2, we need to format the chart area. To do this, we need to select the chart area. Now I want you to pay attention because if you select the chart area, you can see that this is highlighted right here. You're selecting the plot area, and we want the chart area, which is outside of that little box. So when it says chart area, we're going to right click, come down to Format Chart Area. We are going to select the fill and come down to Solid Fill. We're going to find the dark green accent 4, and we need to find the dark green accent 4 lighter 60%. Select it. Then we need to change the bevel. So we're going to go to 3D Format, and on top and bottom bevel we are going to find the convex. Next, we need to insert the file name under the footer, and we'll save our workbook. So go ahead and close, come up here to page layout, to page setup, make sure it's on the landscape view, header footer, and mine is already entered. And if yours is not, you'll go ahead and click this little button right here for insert file name. On the left section, click OK. Click OK. Now you'll notice that my text is not as big and bold as what is in the example. So I'm going to go ahead and just increase the text size and bold it just so it looks like the picture. Now this is not in the instructions, so if yours does not look like the picture, this is how you can adjust that. So with the text selected, let's click the home, and let's go up in a few sizes and we'll go ahead and bold it so it looks a little bit more like the picture. And let's save and let's view it. So if your project looks like mine, then you have completed part 2 of the end of unit case project.